Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another Cold War Warzone vid. Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another Cold War and Warzone video, and it might actually kind of include some zombies in there, but as you guys know, we are smack dab in the middle of the 80s Action Heroes event in Cold War and Warzone. And it's a event that features 80s movies, specifically Die Hard and Rambo. And within the Die Hard movie, there is a tower that's right behind John McClane, and the name of that tower is called the Nakatomi Tower. And this is just from Wikipedia. It gives out a couple quick definitions and instances of where you can see it or what the reference is. So Nakatomi was a clan in Japan, and it's in Die Hard as the Nakatomi Plaza, um, which was also a movie. And Nakatomi is a fictional corporation. They do show, I believe, the owner of the company in the Die Hard movie. He gives like a tour of the tower. Um, that is in both the Warzone event right now and it's in the movie. So keep in mind the main thing is that it is a Japanese tower, and this is going to go over an Easter egg that we missed, and I have to tip my hat to Raven Software and Cold War, because usually I'm the one that solves the Easter eggs, and I used to give it to the big channels to talk about, but I kind of just put it on the internet now. I've said this a couple of times now. Starting maybe like a year ago, maybe during even Black Ops 4. I figure I'm just gonna put the answers and the solves on YouTube. Whoever sees it, you know, they see it. I don't really message any big channels anymore and give out any answers. Just kind of leave it on there, and whoever sees it, or kind of almost like a video documentary just to see if I end up being right. So again, this is gonna show, or as you can tell by the title, show that it looks like Barry. It's probably going to come to Warzone as the next location. Again, Nakatomi Tower is in the 80s event right now, season 3 of Cold War. It's a Japanese owner, and it's influenced by a Japanese clan in Japan. And so I guess the Easter egg, like I said, was pretty clever. That season 3 takes place for COD Mobile. The name of the event was Tokyo Escape. So looking now and trying to piece stuff together and show once again for the millionth time how clever both Treyarch, Call of Duty, Activision is, and the devs are, that they put Easter eggs and clues in front of us. It's just a matter of us trying to piece it together. And it's been a while since they actually pulled one on me, because I actually missed it. I think because more than likely, and I'm not making excuses, is that Outbreak is a big thing right now. So I've been playing a lot of Outbreak, grinding it, trying to find all the intel and trying to find all the clues and artifacts and stuff like that that's inside Outbreak. But it looks like Season 3, which is about to end, I believe, today or tomorrow. Um, Season 3 was called Tokyo Escape, and it looked like it hinted at the Tokyo Tower being in the 80s event owned by a Japanese owner. So going with that theme and Easter egg clues. So in Warzone, there is a location called Salt Mine, which is right here. And it's basically like a mining location. You can't enter right now. It's blocked off. It's locked. It has a fence up, and I think a couple locations are locked up. But there is a mining location right here in Warzone, and this is a picture of it. It's locked off, and it is hinted at the trailer for season 3 that it looks like we're playing inside of it. So I wonder if they cancel that idea and maybe they're just going to do everything all together. And that is something that Activision confirmed, that COD Mobile, Cold War, Warzone, all the future games are going to now start connecting in one big universe. Something that they started a couple years ago, and crazy enough, I was the one that broke the story on that. I think about maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I know people are going to lie and say that they're the ones that solved it and all that stuff, but I'm the only one that truly finally pieced everything together. So again, the storylines are probably going to all connect. Obviously, that's something that Activision told us. So today, which is I believe May 24th or 25th, they announced that season 4 for COD Mobile is going to be called Spurned and Burned, and the theme, obviously, as you can see, is Western. A Western theme, and it's going to have Scarlet Rhodes from the Chaos story. It's going to have a couple characters. I believe these were from Modern Warfare. Alex, I think, might be Alex Mason, just looking different, if I'm not mistaken, and a couple new characters. I'll be 100% honest with you, I'm not familiar with. And I'm not 100% sure of the whole story, how it might actually connect onto the main Warzone and Cold War story. Um, or maybe it just might be Easter eggs. I don't know exactly how. Maybe this is the way that they're going to connect it. Maybe they're going to have their own little story, but at the same time, it's still going to somewhat connect or give hints to the main Cold War console, PC, and Warzone storyline. Again, everything's Western themed. You get a shovel, you get a cactus charm, you get a lasso emote, you get a MKZ brushstroke, which I think I don't have it here. Maybe that's hinting to something else that I'll show you in a few seconds. So again, it all would tie in perfectly. Okay, so let's just start again. So this is going to hint at a new Western location coming to Warzone. Maybe they're going to finally open up that salt mine. Again, same thing they did with the Tokyo theme of Season 3. But people might not know, and this is where the 80s movies, because they did also confirm that they're going to show or give more 80s movies throughout Warzone and Cold War. So this would piece together perfectly. Maybe they're going to skip Back to the Future 1 and 2 and just give us Back to the Future 3 as the 80s movie theme. We'll probably get a couple characters, operators. So this would fit perfectly. I did actually record a video yesterday. I'm going to scrap that video for this one. In that one, I went over every single idea or clues for 80s movies that could be coming in the future. So this looks like it's the next one. Maybe I'll still upload that in the future. Maybe I won't like delete it. Maybe I'll just kind of postpone it for now, because I go over a lot of 80s movies and how Xbox and Cold War are promoting 80s movies. On the Xbox console and the dashboard and stuff like that. So piecing everything together, again, I have to say it one more time. I have to tip my hat to Cold War, Treyarch, Call of Duty, Raven Software, Warzone for slipping one by me, but it looks like I kind of can redeem myself, and hopefully this is going to show that Buried is coming to Warzone. And again, the whole tie into the 80s movies is Back to the Future 3, which I'm hoping it was an 80s movie, or maybe they'll just do Back to the Future and not be specific about number 3. But I have to double check. I think it's still an 80s movie. If not, it might technically be a 90s movie. Maybe the next season's going to be 90s movies. Maybe that's something that they might look into, because Back to the Future, I know, is definitely an 80s movie. I don't know if number 3 came out in the 80s or 90s. So that's just one thing I have to double check. And I probably should do that for now. So again, Back to the Future 3 is the one that takes place in the Western time. And that would be the perfect 80s movie for Warzone. Because it's going to be an 80s theme for Season 4 and mobile, COD Mobile. So again, if they were sneaky enough to have it named Tokyo Escape and then have the 80s movie Die Hard and the plaza was a Japanese plaza, I mean, everything does tie in perfectly. Again, I think I was just a little bit more preoccupied with Outbreak and Zombies Outbreak. And that's the other thing too, just in case you're not familiar with it, Buried is a zombies map from Black Ops 2. It's an old underground western town. It was put in Black Ops 4 Blackout, and on top On the ground level, there was a western town, which I forget the name. It's just dropped in the season too. I can't remember what it was. I think it was called. It was technically called Showdown, but I don't remember. Um, it's a new map that just got released too. Maybe that's another Easter egg too, that they just released it in season 3. Maybe they're hinting at what's coming in season 4. We're gonna get the western version of it in Warzone, and then Buried's gonna be underground. Don't know if it's gonna tie in exactly to zombies. It maybe will tie into zombies, but it looks pretty cool how it's all starting to piece together. Again, I was the one that usually solves this stuff in Black Ops 4, Black Ops, a little bit ending towards the end of Black Ops 3, but got more into piecing stuff together in Black Ops 4. So it looks like this is going to add up pretty nicely. Like I said, I did record something going over all the 80s movies and the possibilities of the next movie tie-in. And the only other thing is season 3 starts, I think, in a few days, and Cold War season 3 starts no, season 4 starts in a month from now, I believe, like 28 days from now. So it's probably gonna be the same thing when this season 4 is about to end. Cold War season 4 is going to begin, and it maybe introduce a new location, or it's going to tie in with this, because the 80s movie, Japanese movies, or movie, actually I should have researched to see if Rambo takes place in Japan or anything like that, or any of the locations in Rambo take place in Japan. It probably might, but I just didn't research that, and I'm not going to try and sound like I'm trying to convince anyone that it does or doesn't. I'm 100% not sure, but that could have been another clue. But this 80s event ends in 9 days, so when that ends, does that mean we'll probably get maybe the Back to the Future location, Western location, to tie in with Cold COD Mobile? So that's a couple things to think about. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Let me know what you think.